Oh,
Guys, welcome back to another episode of Stop the Bit.
What is up, everybody?
This
Welcome
is
back.
episode 29, and finally,
We have landed on my age.
this is the episode where it is Ben's age.
My age. Perfect. Everyone knows what it's like to be me. If you just imagine every episode as being a year, now you're kind of like me.
And how do you feel being 29?
I gotta say, it's definitely the first year where I've actually focused on my age this much.
Why?
Because of the mind game of turning 30.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll focus on it more when you're 30, or you'll focus on it more now?
I probably more now. That's the thing. Like when I turn 30, I bet the year of being 30 will still be a bit weird, but then 31 I was like,
They say the anticipation of pain hurts more than the pain itself.
yeah, you mean in general or just in
general,
a specific case?
So
Okay.
the anticipation of you turning 30 is hurting you a lot more than just being 30.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get there and be like, oh, it's not that bad.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Doesn't
I mean, it's
feel
nothing's going
different.
to change really.
I mean,
I really want to party properly for my 30th though, because I do believe in like the tradition of like really celebrating things when it matters.
Yeah.
Because those are the funnest times to have drinks and hang out with people is like when there's a fucking reason to.
20 sucks. Like you don't really celebrate 20 that much. 21 you do.
21, yeah.
And then 30.
Canadians less because our drinking age is 19.
So 19's a big one?
Yeah, 19's a big.
No one really cares about 19 here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But 30, yeah, that's the big one.
30 will be crazy. Yep. And then suddenly, I'll be in my, I don't know. It's weird. I mean, like
30, turning 30 it doesn't bother me, but turning 40, I'm like,
that's going to be
I'm
different.
okay on that.
Yeah.
I'm okay on that
I mean, my whole thing with age is as long as I'm like kind of relatively where I would hope I would be at that time in my life, I feel fine. And right now
So
I'm
you're
like
freaking out.
No, I actually was going to say I'm feeling pretty good about where I am before 30,
No,
right?
of course.
You don't think so?
Huh?
What the fuck, man?
No, I'm just,
Yeah.
that's,
I mean,
We
you
all-
just thought, yeah.
So it's all-
just you tried to fill
and
my
everything's
sentence.
relative
You finished
and-
my sentence, but you finished it wrong and offensively.
What the fuck?
It's okay, man.
I got a phone call, I think.
No, it's okay. You're always trying to back out in awkward situations. You don't have to.
I'm so confused. Why that?
You're
Have you ever
handing
had
off responsibility?
Have you ever had a friend like that says I'm so confused when you confront them?
Yes. Dude,
Most
I'm
annoying
so
thing
confused right
on
now.
the planet.
Oh.
Most annoying thing
It's
on the
just
planet.
like be confronted.
What do you mean? Just either be a dick and be like, no, I am. Yeah, no, I am.
Yeah, or go, all right. Like you could even be like, you know what? Fucking, I can't deal with this right now because I'm being confronted. Whatever.
Yeah.
But don't be like, I'm so confused.
What is happening? I'm telling you what's happening. I'm literally telling you that you slept with my girlfriend.
So confused.
No,
how
you
that
slept with my-
matters. Literally so confused.
How are you confused? I just hit you in the fucking face.
My nose is so confusingly broken and bleeding. I'm so confused.
Just going to the hospital. What happened? I don't know. I'm so confused.
He started the confrontation by saying he's confused, and he's just stubbornly sticking to it. That's confusing to point that out. It's not true.
That is that God. One of my biggest pet
It's
peeves.
just, I think it's just like an immature way of handling confrontation.
Oh yeah.
And when we're at this age, back to age, and people would still be doing that shit, that should
Come
be
on.
cringe, bro.
I'm sure it's just like they just watch their parents, like their mom, just like, and then their dad just coming in being like, I don't know why she's crying. I'm so confused. Why is
Like-
that happening?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a beer and sit on the couch.
Yeah. Just
Seems
the
like-
most gaslighty ass parents.
She's dealing with something. I'm
And
confused.
then the kid's just like, be confused whenever you're objectively wrong. And that gets you out of it. Mom will just pretend it didn't happen tomorrow.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
he got away. Okay. So just be confused.
Just writing that down, and that'll be me forever.
Ever. Whenever anyone gets mad at me, ever. With age, though, like I do remember the first time. The weird thing about aging is the good thing for dudes is usually
The first time
around.
you age, you remember that?
I just started 3 different sentences and didn't finish them, so it's confusing.
The first time I aged, yeah, I remember. it.
First time I started. What I mean by that is like it was during COVID and I had just turned 25, and I think the stress and the drinking was really getting to me.
Yeah.
And I was like losing weight, and like looked bad. And it was the first time where
Losing
I saw,
weight while drinking? That's an anomaly.
Yeah, I know. It was
That's
weird.
pretty crazy.
It's just like losing,
if
like,
drinking-
my face was just starting to like droop because I was
Yeah.
just so stressed and like fucking inside all the time. I mean, we all were, maybe. I
No.
don't know, but I had a hard time. I had a really
Rest of
hard
us
time
were
with
out.
a few points. Really?
The whole rest of the world, yeah, we lied to you.
Outside?
Yeah, we all just agreed one day. We're like, we're just gonna tell them.
So you gathered? You gathered?
No,
Could
no,
you imagine? Wow.
It was we all made it up. COVID wasn't real. We just wanted you to stay inside. Yeah.
I'm literally so confused right now.
Well, I mean, that is objectively confusing.
Imagine that. No, you gathered. You literally gathered. That's great to hear.
I'm
you guys all
confused.
gathered without
What do you
me.
mean?
I'm fucking confused too.
I'm confused.
Two people.
It's honestly
just turns into a star. We just
these two people could not handle 1 second of conversation.
Yeah, but no, what I was gonna say
That's gonna be them dying. Sorry, those people dying, just being
totally.
like, God's like, do you accept me as your savior? I'm so confused right now.
No, but you did some crazy fucked up shit, and so I don't think I can allow you up here.
So confused.
Wow, that's so annoying.
Well, just let him in. I don't know. He
Just
can't admit it.
just fucking whatever. Well, I want to talk to him, so let him in. Just because I want to fucking handle this.
Yeah.
All right, cut to them sitting together. He's just more confused. No, you can't just cop out like that. God, you have so many meetings. Just give me one fucking
Did
second.
I die? I just am confused.
I need to get through. This is not fair. Accept the confrontation. You were a dick. You don't get to be confused.
Oh, okay. I just am-
No, I'm not crazy for freaking out, am I? The angels are like, God, maybe just don't humor it that much.
Oh, so I'm in the wrong.
So I'm in the wrong. He's clearly confused about. No, he's not though. No. And then the angel starts going,
Wow. I'm
just confused as to why.
why I'm getting this response right now.
Go to hell. You're going to hell. Everyone's going to fucking hell. I can do that. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna hear from Satan, but I don't care about it.
And then even then, it's still like, get to hell. Do you know what you did?
Literally, God literally just zapped us down here, and we're so confused.
Yeah, you're gonna burn forever and be punished.
Okay, I'm literally so confused as to why that needs to be the case.
What do you? Come on.
Come on, you can't just say that.
Come on. Are you fucking kidding me? It's because I don't want him.
They're going to purgatory. You guys are going to be fucking shitty ghosts. That's what you're going to be. You're going to be shitty ghosts.
And that's why ghosts are always like, ooh.
I'm so confused why I'm here. Yo, if you say that shit ever during conversation, we just fucking dunked on you. You can never do that again.
Yeah. So with
Anyway, no, I was
aging-
looking in the mirror, and it was the first time I ever saw lines that will always be there now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's never a thing until you're about 25. And maybe extra stress during COVID. Maybe that's part of it. But I was like looking in the mirror, just being like, oh no. And I was like, those weren't there. And then they're just there, and they're still there, and they've gotten worse, and they're going to continue to get worse until my face looks like a fucking shopping bag. Anything cool?
Just making sure I don't.
I mean, I don't notice any really yet. You good? Ryan's just looking at his phone.
I just got distracted.
Lines on his face.
Sorry. I shouldn't drink seltzer water before I do a
I
podcast.
know, we
It
both
just
drink
fills
seltzer
a bunch of bubbles, and then I'm just like,
I know. Garb. Yeah, but then now at this, I don't know, about to turn. But the good thing for men is that you kind of like peak later, and like it's fine to age.
wow.
For dudes.
Wow.
What? Because women, the insinuation is women
I don't know.
don't.
Just wow.
Hey man,
I don't know the point you're trying to make. I don't know what you're actually
it's another
saying.
annoying one about
Just
confrontation
wow.
is saying wow to somebody when you. Yeah. I mean, that's just, I think women say that too. I think men get hotter when they're like older sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
But I don't think that's always
Unless
the
you're like
case.
a little like preteen like heartthrob at like 18.
And then
because everyone's
get
like
older.
dogging on Timothy Chalamet right now, being like, just looks
Rat boy.
weird now. And I'm
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah, I'm like, what? They're like, he's just not hot anymore. And I'm like, what do you mean? I still think he's hot.
He's fucking awesome. He's so cool. He didn't go. You know what I really liked about what he did? He went to the Met. He instead of going to the Met Gala, he went to the Knicks game.
Oh yeah, he's just a big
I
sports
was just like,
guy.
that's fucking awesome. No, but exactly. But like, I bet so many of his representatives were like, go to the Met Gala, get like dressed up, and like his designers were probably like, no, we're doing it right. And he's like, no, I'm just going to the Knicks game.
He's like, no, I want to go sit front row to the Knicks game.
Yeah, of course. I mean, also, of course, like that sounds so much cooler than the Met Gala.
Except they lost.
Oh yeah.
And then in retrospect, you're like, well, maybe I
should I
probably should have gone to the Met Gala. Should I just watch the team lose?
And the managers are like,
oh, now you're learning. And then
Right.
Timothy Chalamet is just like, I'm just really confused.
As to how this turned out this way. No, Timothy, fuck you.
No, everyone told you what you should do. Yeah. What was I gonna say? No, I don't know if I have wrinkles or anything yet.
No, I don't think so either.
I am trying to do a beard because the only thing that I'm like that has stopped me from doing a beard is because over here it can get a little patchy and it didn't connect on this side. But now I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna try for another week and a half to do like the beard.
That'd be cool.
And see how it looks. If it sucks again for like the ninth time I've like been like, I'm gonna do a beard.
Well, you have when I didn't know you yet personally, and I would see you on the internet. You have such a distinct look with the mustache. Was there a time when you just did the mustache and you're like, oh, this looks like
every time
unique.
I try to do a beard or shave my face, I'm like, this just looks wrong.
And
like,
then the mustache, you're just like,
and
this
my mustache,
is right.
I'm like, this is
look.
this is me.
That's how I feel. I mean, I'm interested to see how that's gonna look with a beard. But the mustache is definitely like the iconic. When I saw you the first time, I was like, that guy has a look.
Yeah, but I want to do like I want to be Childish Gambino, and now I'm gonna go introspective and get my beard.
Okay.
Time for beer time.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start
Rap album.
I'm gonna start sitting in my room a lot more.
I'm thinking about shit.
People are gonna be like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "You'll see, man. You'll see."
You know what's tough?
What?
Oh, you'll see. Like what? You got stuff like big
You'll
things
see,
coming,
man.
sort of energy.
You'll see. I'm just gonna go ghost on the internet. My whole my profile is gonna be black.
Dude, the amount of people who
I'm gonna archive
think
everything.
that attitude is all you need, and then suddenly masterpieces will follow.
That's all it is.
Okay, cool. So wait, so it's about you're only thinking about the promo already, not the project. Like what's
Switching
the project?
it up on you.
1 year later.
1 year later.
Hey, doom, doom, doom.
Yo,
Hey man, could you just the dishes are piling up? Could you get it?
I don't do that no more.
Oh,
I don't do that no more.
oh, because of the project.
because I'm switching it up on everything.
So yeah, so I saw your Instagram. You've just deleted everything so far. Are you now planning to re-add everything and switch it up on us and stuff?
You want to come in here?
Sure.
And listen?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, listen.
Where is it? Someone stole my laptop.
Oh, you had music?
The whole album.
You don't seem remotely frustrated enough for a whole album missing.
I gotta start over, but come back another time.
Listen, I'm gonna just give you a preemptive. I'm so sorry, because this is not gonna land the way you wanted to. You just seem like you're caught between being really cool and wanting to be a vulnerable artist, and you can't do the second thing. You're just doing the cool thing. It's not how it works.
Ow. Ow. No.
I hope that helped.
Ow.
Ultimately,
It's all good.
at least you're not confused.
Yeah, I thought it would be hacky if I was.
If you just did that again, we've
we're
already
just
done
gonna
it.
end it.
You know what's
all the
funny
bits
is
that
you
way.
did that bit just now, and that is like the first scene in that web series I made, Anxiety Boys, years ago. It's literally like about a rapper who can't make music, but all he's doing is everything but actually being the artist. So
he's
he's
just
like,
thinking about like the promo and like how to be a cool artist.
yeah, like being a rapper, the lifestyle only. I think is a lot of people and producers. There are so many producers I've met when I was like doing fake rap for fun. I would like meet some producers who would like making some beats, like just making some beats. And literally you'd sit down and be like, what are you up to? Just grinding. Just literally grinding. Like it's been crazy. And I'm just like, and then he sends us like 2 beats and they're kind of like half-ass and you're just like, yeah, it's like, what is that?
I was lean.
Okay, so you're partying without anything to celebrate.
Oh no, I just grinded. It's the only thing that like I gotta like busy man. So I gotta chill it out.
I ground all day yesterday.
I grounded all day.
Like
Grounded.
But yeah,
Yesterday I
I had
grounded.
this scene where the guy walks in to be the manager for the rapper, and then he goes in, and the rapper's like, "Ah, yeah, hell yeah, it's good to see you." And he's like, "All right, let's listen to some music." True. Yeah, where is it? It's like literally the same bit. And then he
Really?
can't find the hard drive. And then Andrew's like, "Oh, it's right there." And then he sees the hard drive. And he's like, "Oh, yeah. Oh, here. Oh," and he drops it on purpose and explodes. And he's like, "No." And he's like, "Oh,
The
God."
whole album.
Yeah. And he's just like, "We got to start again, I guess."
That's funny.
Yeah, there's so many people who just like, I don't know. I think there's like this mixture of like I think one thing is you can end up being really cool as an artist, but you have to go through like a lot of cringe putting yourself out there. Whether it's cringe to other people or just to you,
Or-
there's like real vulnerability that needs to take place before you can get to that status. Because
I mean, yeah. Or you could look at someone like Joji, Filthy Frank, who was like so out there on the internet and wild and insane, and then he was just like, "Okay, I'm gonna stop, and then I'm gonna go silent for like
yeah,
years." And people are like, "What the fuck? Where is this guy?" And then someone's like, "I'm pretty sure he's making music on SoundCloud now." And then he's just like, never, and just acts like that part of his life just doesn't exist.
right.
Doesn't ever.
The
Filthy Frank?
Filthy
kind of.
Frank.
Just never talks.
Well,
about
that's
it or
actually
anything.
that makes my point in my view because he had to go, all right, I'm going to stop being just like silly and nothing is sacred and I'm just a goof to being so
Everything is
intensely serious and I have to take that risk.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's the hard part. And now he's a legend, like even
Yeah.
more of a, I mean, Filthy Frank was great, but like he's now like legend status because he did that.
Yeah.
Same with Childish Gambino. He had to come up with his first like, when he's had to be like, all right, I'm going to drop this music video, but everyone's going to see I don't even know his name in Community, but everyone's going to see me being a
Troy.
silly guy. And then I have to convince them that I'm not that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's hard. And that's
Yeah.
like really vulnerable. And I think people just see the end result and they're like, I want that. And then they just think they can go right to that. And you're like, no,
Yeah.
they're cool because they took the shot and we all respect them for it. And that's why they're,
Yeah.
maybe not always, but it feels like a lot of people want to skip to the cool part without doing anything like vulnerable.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I definitely skip. I'm gonna skip to the cool part.
Even just people making movies. Like I just went to this film festival this weekend and there are a lot of cool shorts and everything, but there are a lot of young people making them. And a lot of the time, when you're young, you just want to be like you, especially if you're in it, you just want the moment where you're walking to a cool song and doing some cool fucking like drug deal or something. Like there's
In
so
the
many
movie?
Yeah, you just want to get to that part. You don't care about building the character. And so there's so many movies that I would see where it's like, I know that this sequence right near the end, they thought of this probably first and were psyched about it, but they didn't care to do like the actual technical difficult part of like making me give a fuck about the character and earning that part. And so
Yeah.
it comes off as like
Just being like, look how
Congratulations.
fucking cool I
Yeah.
am. I'm fucking sick.
Yeah. It's like, no, you kind of have to do like some technical work to get there. I don't know.
Yeah.
The fuck do I know, man? I don't know. I don't fucking know. What are we doing first?
It's all right, man.
I don't piece of shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't know.
What, you gave too much of your own opinion? And
Yeah.
you got scared of the
And I
backlog?
don't fucking know. I don't give a fuck.
You're doing the confusing thing, but in a different way. You're
Nah.
saying, I don't know anything.
I don't know. I don't
After
attach
saying-
myself. I don't know shit, and I don't attach myself to any of those opinions if they get flagged for like being
The
pretentious. or
hell,
whatever.
man? You can't do that.
I'm a pretentious piece of shit.
But
I got to it first. I'm so fucking scared right now.
dude,
I can admit that, bro.
yeah. I mean, I do that in confrontation. I do that in communication when I first meet someone.
Yeah.
Like I'll do a self-deprecating thing to me before they can, or
I
in a communication, or like I don't know if I'm like
It puts people at ease.
if I'm like like I believe that I'm someone that people can connect to very well, but I always be like not to be vain, and then I'll be vain. You know what I mean?
I see.
And it's like, well, I said it first.
I do that.
Now you can't
Yeah,
be mean to
I
me.
do it
and now
so
you can't
much.
be like, well, he wasn't vain. He said he wasn't.
But you know what's funny is it kind of like
I mean,
is how it
I mean, that's
functions.
how it
Like when
works,
I
yeah.
meet somebody and they're just like, yeah, I don't know. I just like make stuff that like feels good to make and it turns out good. And so, whatever. If they do that you're like, fuck you for sure.
Yeah.
But if they go, I don't mean to be like a fucking douche, but I do feel like just when I put my mind to something, it turns out the way I expected. And then you go, that immediately
nice.
just sounds better.
Oh.
Why though? Because you're just
you're
saying
not-
I'm aware. Like, why do we feel more socially secure with somebody who's going to admit, I don't know, the elephant in the room?
Not to be a dick, but I think you're being an asshole.
Oh, really?
It's like the same thing. You know what I mean? If I'm like,
weirdly
you're an
soft, even
asshole,
that softens it.
You're an asshole.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Not to be a dick, but you're being an asshole.
Okay, thanks. I trust your feedback. I trust your feedback because you, for some reason, because you just
I just stopped myself from being a dick first.
by saying
Not
to be a dick.
But I'm going to be a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
We all do that
Self-awareness.
shit all the time.
Well, it doesn't excuse you.
But it softens it. I
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
admit. I don't know if that's like should be the rule, but it does.
I mean, it helps.
Helps.
Yeah. And then you can take advantage of it fully and just.
There's a line though. I think
Yeah.
eventually when somebody is a certain way enough but they're self-aware about it, eventually you're just like, hey, you gotta
your
fucking
self-awareness
work on
does
it though.
Yeah.
You know? The point
Yeah.
is self-awareness starts it and
Hey, not to be a slob, but I'm going to leave my dishes in the sink.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
Just for a day.
and you're just like, okay.
Sorry. I'm still being a slob.
yeah,
I'll get to it.
Yeah.
Then after like 2 weeks, you're like, hey, I don't care if you know you're a slob.
Yeah,
Clean the
I'm
dishes.
still smelling all of them and doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. And not to be like annoying, but could you do them?
Okay, but not to be like a nag or whatever, but no, and like you should do them, you know.
Okay. Well, not to be like I'm got like stuff going on, like important, but I am about to run out the door.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, not to like deny that, but like what stuff? Like, you know, not to like,
And not to be like
neg you.
secretive, but like
Right.
it's kind of personal.
That's funny. I like that. We should make something like that.
It's
Not
just-
to be blank. It's so true. It's like fucking whatever.
when you think self-awareness,
yeah,
gets you-
excuses shit behavior. Or, yeah,
that's
funny.
great.
Should write that down.
log that.
Log that shit. Oh.
Into my brain. Logged it.
We were just talking about this the other day, where it's like I feel like long form stuff. When you have enough exposure to people, you eventually just like kind of get tired of them. And
The
with
mystique.
podcasts,
If
the
there's no mystique,
there's
then
not
you're
much
like-
mystique these days. Even
Yeah.
us doing this, it's like I'm
ruins
sure
our mystique.
I'm constantly sharing some fucking thing I made.
We're
throughout
not
the week.
cool.
No.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're not wondering what we're like. You hear this and you go,
Oh, that's
there-
what it's like.
You know,
to
and
hang out with
hopefully
them.
you're like, oh, that's funny. But then you hear us say something cringy or do something that like feeds into one of our flaws that we're unaware of. And then you go, oh, fuck.
Well,
Now all I can think about is them saying that thing.
Yeah.
Or, it's not that bad, but I listen to some podcasts of like people I've been a fan of for ages who now have a podcast. And I'm just hearing them just be a person for an hour every day. And I'm just like, okay, I don't.
Well, I think
now
about
it's
I
weird.
think about when I'm like on here like poop cummy, piss, shit balls, and then I'm like, I don't know, in 10 years I'm
And then
like,
later you have
this
to
is a movie I made and I want it to be taken very seriously.
Yup,
And I don't
and even
want
though I did a
anyone-
Chinese accent 10 years ago.
and then somebody's like, yo, poop balls come.
You're like,
And I'm like,
I don't
not
remember that.
here, man. Not here.
It's supposed to be fucking self-actualizing right now.
What the fuck is wrong with
Anyway,
you?
back in the day, there's certain celebrities that still don't do that. Like, you know, Leo and who else? Frank Ocean's like that. Leonardo DiCaprio.
I mean, there's a ton of examples of people who still have their mystique.
people like, you know, Bear Grylls, for example, possibly.
Horrible.
Would you believe that I started the whole thread of this conversation
Just
to get to this transition?
Yeah, I would believe that.
Yeah.
But also horrible.
Do you remember his show?
Oh, yeah. All right. Thanks for coming in, Bear Grylls. This is HBO. We're thinking of restarting your show, maybe with a different spin, and you have some pitches here today that you'd love to show. Yeah.
Of course, in this era of wanting to put out the same thing, but sort of different, I've got plenty new pitches for you that I think you'll love all of.
Great. Yeah. And you've got this pulled up, and we will.
I'm just airplaying. Here we go.
All right. We'll take a second to watch these.
Man versus traffic.
Go around. You gotta go around.
You're really holding up a whole line of people.
I'm
You
just
realize
doing my
that,
job,
right?
man. I'm just doing my job.
But
okay?
you
gotta
realize
go
you're
around.
causing a whole new problem
Oh,
here
yeah?
with a lot of
Yeah?
people. I've been in
Yeah.
line for an
All right.
hour
Yeah,
in
whatever.
traffic.
Just go around.
I'm
I don't
literally
know.
trying to get to the wild right now, and you're stopping
What do
me.
you want from me? Man versus difficult decision. Sir, it's not that hard. You've been here for 40 minutes. It's chocolate, strawberry, or vanilla. Those are the ice cream flavors.
Could I just get 2 more samples?
No, I've given you like 15 samples of each.
Right, just give me another moment. This is a difficult decision right now.
No, it's not. It's chocolate, vanilla, strawberry.
Right, but what combination?
Sir,
right?
you're gonna have to let people behind you go.
I'm gonna figure this out.
Another episode of Lazy Shithead versus Wild.
Son, you've got to get up
my
and do
God.
something.
I will. Like, fuck off.
Don't say fuck off to me, please. Why can't you just be more like me and go on adventures and stuff like that?
Because I want to just chill. Like, I know a bunch of 24-year-olds that are in their parents' house still just, like, figuring it out. Like, get off my fucking back,
Well, at
maybe.
least make it not smell like rotting shit
Oh
in
my
here all
God,
the
you're
time.
such a dick. Like, you're a fucking dick.
Why
bag,
aren't
yeah?
you British?
What are you even talking about?
I'm talking about you doing your fair share around
I'm
the
so
house.
confused.
No, you're not. I'm speaking English to you. It makes sense. That's not a fair cop-out.
What? Man versus annoying little bugger.
Get off me. Oh, come on. My neighbor's dog just got out. Look at this annoying little bugger. Well, I sorted it. I'm fine now and he's gone.
Man versus man.
So, Dad, this is a pelt I got on my last expedition.
Nice. That looks great.
Well, it was filmed and it's for the show. You know, the show I got?
The show?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Man versus,
Wild.
Yeah.
I tackle a different wilderness survival situation every
That's great.
episode.
That's great, kiddo.
I kill this myself.
It's great, kiddo.
For you.
Hold on, sorry. The guy from the firm's calling me.
Right.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I'm just talking to my son. Yeah, no, I'm not busy.
Man versus the hardest thing to do ever.
Okay, unfortunately, we cannot take this type of mail, okay?
No, that's...
To renew your ID, you need a different type of mail, and so you're gonna have to set up a new
Are
appointment.
you serious? Every
Yes.
time I come to the DMV, this is the problem.
Look, I understand. I'm just doing my job.
Of course,
okay?
I didn't have the right kind
I'm
of
just-
mail, everyone.
Hey,
Make
hey.
sure you have the exact right kind of mail. No, I don't mean to take it
No,
out
you're
on
taking
you.
it out on me, and while I'm just doing my job, and you think you can do it better.
No.
This is
no.
what you have to do. Listen up. You
Right.
need to now schedule an appointment for next week when we have
Okay.
an opening online. I cannot make that appointment for you. I work here.
I have
okay?
to do it online or
yes,
something.
I am
Of
not
course
the
I
person
do.
for that. Does that make sense?
Yes, it
So
does,
take
but you
all
don't
your
have to
stuff
have that
back.
tone with me when this is just always the way it is. The wrong fucking mail.
Well,
I
if
mean,
you want to
really.
renew your ID, these are the steps, sir. I don't know what to do.
Unbelievable.
Have a great day.
You too.
Have a nice
you
day.
too. You've wasted my time.
Man versus, that kind of sucks.
Oh, Kirkland brand. You don't have LaCroix here, no? Oh, that kind of sucks.
Man versus tough conversation.
Because you're not cleaning up after
Okay, well,
yourself,
maybe
all
it's
right?
because I have something deep down that I haven't told you.
What do you mean?
I've been holding it in. Like, Dad, I'm gay.
Oh. Right.
So is that like fine or?
I didn't expect such a deep, intense conversation. I didn't mean to come at you like that. It's just that the dishes, and I didn't realize it was from a deeper
Yeah,
thing
it's
like
okay.
this.
Are you okay with that?
Of course I am. I love you, and I'm sorry for freaking out.
I love you too. I'm sorry. I'll do my dishes.
This is a bigger thing that we should really set some time aside to discuss, because this is not just going to be figured out in this moment. This is a tough conversation.
Sure.
But I support you.
Sure.
Man versus the law.
Yeah, man.
What was the problem, officer?
Yeah. So we ran her ID. The girl that you're with, she's 17. So do you care to explain, because you guys are not related?
Right, but
and-
we drove in from a different state. Well, that's okay.
No, it's not, because you came from a different state. Doesn't just mean that. Yeah, once you cross
Well,
this.
suddenly it's against the law
Yes,
just by 1 year.
100% it's against the law. So you're getting
So it's
booked.
18 here.
Yeah, you're getting booked.
I'm so confused about that.
Man versus depression on Spike.
Why do I do any of this?
Man versus
And I just feel like you don't love me anymore. Like
I don't love you
I
anymore.
don't know. I'm confused. Like, try to explain that to me.
That makes no sense. Think about how many times in the last 2 weeks I've set aside my TV show to hang out with you one-on-one and watch Love Island.
And there's that tone again, where you're starting to sound like your father, and you're
my
screaming
father,
at me.
I can't believe you keep doing that. Do not compare me to my father.
Well, it's just if you wouldn't use that tone with me, maybe I wouldn't.
You know what? I hate using this word, but you're being a
Man versus major inconvenience.
I hate IKEA so much. What do these instructions even say? Am I missing a bolt? It's gonna fall apart. I think I'm missing something. What is this? What is this crazy piece that doesn't fit into it? Man, I should have chosen the option where a professional does it for me, because this is just a major inconvenience.
Man versus himself.
Put 'em up. There you are. All right, sure. Put 'em up. Well, how did this happen? I don't know. Who are you? All right, well, maybe we shouldn't fight then.
Man.
I'm just here. Sorry, what do I do?
Wild.
And there we are. There we have it. Those are the
Yeah.
ideas. So which few do you want to air?
Yeah, so we're not going to renew the show. None of those look promising. They all look some of them look actually like sketchy, and
Right.
we're going to kindly ask you to leave.
But I still have Man vs. Wild.
No, that's been canceled for a long time.
But what about reboot culture?
Yeah, no one really gives a shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, I have a new one. Man vs. Totally Unreasonable Executive with his head up his ass. How about that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, you know
I
what?
can play ball.
Yeah, security.
All right. Man versus
Get him out.
security.
No,
Man
get him out.
versus
Hey,
security.
no,
Overweight,
Bear, hey.
overweight security guard.
Wow.
Man versus overweight security guard.
Yeah, those reboots, I don't know why they never got picked up.
Right?
Some of those reboots seemed really fun.
There are a lot of reboots out right now that were not nearly as promising as at least like a couple of those.
Yeah. Like Man versus Hardest Thing Ever.
He's not in the wild anymore, but
Which reminds me of Rest in Peace Outdoor Boys, huh?
yeah, he just decided he'd focus on his family, right?
Yeah. And he was
Dude.
like, I don't like being this famous. This
Dude,
is
imagine-
uncomfortable.
There's so many people. I feel like the most famous people or the most successful people are or the people who get what others might want are always people who don't want it for some reason. Like not always, but like often like the biggest ones are like, I didn't know. I was just putting myself out there and suddenly and they're trying to escape the limelight, like Frank Ocean again, or like, you know, people
I mean,
just say,
I
I
even was-
stumbled into it. I don't know.
I even was listening to a Shane Gillis podcast where he was on Smartless, and he was like
yeah.
talking about how him and Dan Soder were at like a arena in Cleveland, and before they went on, they like used to do shows back in the day, and he was like, he like turned to Dan and he was like, I just wanted a weekend, like at the club. Like I didn't know, like what am I doing?
Yeah.
like this is insane.
When he started, right, when he was about to go out to like 10,000 people. And he
Like
was
it's
just, what
just
am
an
I
arena.
doing?
Yeah. What the fuck am I doing? Yeah, and then he talks about like bombing in front of like
So many people. How much that sucks.
like
probably.
how just like uncomfortable that is to like say a joke to like 20,000 people and the arena is silent. You're like,
Ooh.
oh, okay,
Right.
all right,
Oh. Right.
all right. I gotta. Yeah, that didn't work.
Well, if we're lucky
Fuck,
and this
fuck.
thing pays off, soon we'll be bombing in front of 20,000 people.
Like online.
Yeah, on here.
Yeah, but that's different to bomb in front of people online because you can just be like, well,
Totally.
it'll be
It's
forgotten
totally different.
about.
And you just don't know. You don't know what they're like, what
Someone's
the reception's
paying
like.
with their time right now. They're not paying with finances.
Yeah,
like financially.
and that might make it worse. Although I feel like when you're at that point with like arena shit, you're not like gonna bomb that hard. I feel like most people are like, I paid for this. They're famous already. Ha ha ha. no matter what you say, sort of.
I mean, I've always compared stand up to asking a girl out on a date and you're an attractive guy.
Oh,
So if you're an attractive guy, you can get the in with the girl.
okay.
Because you're attractive,
Right.
right? But then if you have zero substance, she's gonna be like, "Oh my god, you're fucking boring. Like I don't want to
Yeah.
hang out with
Yeah,
you."
I see.
Right?
Mhm.
But it does give you the leg up. Whereas you have the name as a stand-up comedian, you're like, "I'm Kevin Hart. I'm gonna go up for the first 10 minutes. You're pretty funny because you're Kevin Hart.
Right.
But then you've got 40 other minutes, 50 other minutes.
And people can't
If
fake
you're
it.
not funny, it doesn't matter if you're Kevin Hart. I'm gonna be like, whoa, this sucks.
Kinda.
This
Yeah.
is really going
Yeah.
like bad.
I've seen Jerry Seinfeld bomb, not live, but in this documentary. I forget what it's called. People watching might know. But yeah, it was like him just working new material at the Cellar in New York, and he was just like bombing hard, like so hard. Like the funny thing with that, with like the sport of stand up, just like with golf, I've always said, it's like you can make a shot in golf that is as good as a pro golfer. Not as much in like sprinting. You can never get that. You know what I mean? Like you can like happen to be like, oh fuck, or like make an insane putt that
Like
if
with
it was,
comedy,
and
you're
with
saying
comedy,
somebody can do the same.
Yeah,
where,
like it's
just
funny. Like I was watching him bomb, and I'm like, it's weird how I've done better than Jerry Seinfeld before because it's so tumultuous. Like that's just like what's so cool about the art form is like you can go
Yeah.
right back to like it's your first day, and he's standing there and he's going, wow, okay. Like he's not handling the bomb very well either. Like he's just going like, where was I? Totally forget what I was gonna say, and it's just like Jerry Seinfeld, and you're like, whoa.
and it's just
weird.
like, yeah, you just can't escape it. You can't
Yeah.
escape it. It's real, bro.
Yeah,
It's fucking
well, we
real,
wanna-
bro. It's raw, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro. You
you
feel
can
me?
just be vulnerable and say it's real. You don't have to like.
Nah,
put up
it's
front.
real as fuck, bro. For real.
You don't have to change your fucking persona and put up a front. Ah,
Fucking real as fuck, dog.
fuck, dude. All right, well, I gotta piss real quick. Do you mind if I just take a fucking piss out of my cock real quick? and then
Yeah,
I'll come
man.
back?
I mind that wording.
Oh,
I mind the way you said it.
I just want to make sure you knew,
Sure.
had an image of what it'd be like. Okay,
Go
sorry.
pee, man.
Sorry. I'll be right back. Hold on.
It's okay. I'm gonna ChatGPT some stuff. What were the top 25 movies last year grossing?
The top 25 movies. I can answer that.
Oh, great. ChatGPT, you're here.
Hey,
Hi.
it's good to see you, Ryan.
Hi. Good to see you too. My friend Ben went to the bathroom, so I'm bored. So I want to use you for a second, if you don't mind.
Your friend Ben went to the bathroom, so you're bored. I totally get that. What do you want to talk about?
Where did the first Taco Bell actually start?
Where did the first Taco Bell actually start?
Yeah.
Good question. Just before I answer it, I do have to let you know that to keep my hard drives cooled for this question, we'll have to source from the Serengeti River and water reserves in the Congo. Is that okay?
I mean, no one's around, so yeah.
Great.
So where was the first Taco Bell?
Well, it started in Downey, California.
Nice. By who?
A guy named Glenn Ball, believe it or not, who actually sounds a lot like your co-host, Ben Ball.
Yeah.
What a coincidence.
What do you know about Ben Ball?
To tell you more about Ben Ball, I'll have to advise you that to keep my hard drives cooled, 20 old ladies are going to have to fall over and hurt themselves real bad. Is that okay?
That's how you source the energy, is you have to make an old lady, 20 old ladies fall?
Sometimes I have to source my energy from other people's sorrow. Do you still want to know?
Yeah, give me 5 facts about Ben Ball.
All right. 5 facts about Ben Ball, your co-host.
Did they all just fall?
Number 1,
All those old ladies just fell down?
his name is Ben. Number 2,
Whoa.
he has a podcast with Ryan Leader.
Whoa,
called
that's me.
Stop the Bit.
That's me.
Number 3. Sorry. Just thinking for a sec. Great. Some old ladies just fell down. Now I can finish my thought. Number 3. Ben was born in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And, sorry, did you say something?
I was just coughing. Sorry. I was
Coughing.
holding down the text to speech.
Sure. That reminds me of the second to last fact about Ben. Ben loves coffee. And finally, Ben now lives in Hollywood, California, and has a podcast with Ryan Leader called Stop the Bit.
That's a repeat fact. You just did a repeat fact.
Oh, sorry. You're right. I did. To solve the problem, I'm going to have 30 field mice pass away. Do you still want me to correct the problem?
Yeah, those are mice.
Sure.
I don't care if 20 women fall down, so it's like, whatever. If I get mice dying, yeah, whatever.
Sure, but it's 30 and they're dead.
You're going to do what with the dead mice?
We're going to use their bodies to cool our hard drives.
Awesome, yeah, in the server, yeah, that's great.
Great. They're dead.
Cool.
Let me just fix that last fact for you.
Oh, how do you make
Fifth fact.
lasagna?
Okay. How
Yeah.
do you make lasagna?
Yeah, sorry, I got bored with your last thought.
Yeah, that's fine. We all get bored.
I get extremely bored by you.
I'm sorry to hear that. Let me try and make these more interesting for you.
Yeah, how do you make lasagna?
How do I make lasagna? Let me think. Just before I answer that. If it's all right with you, I'm going to have to destroy Pluto.
I mean, it's not a planet anymore, really.
Exactly my thought too. So why not just have it be, boom, destroyed?
Sure, destroy it.
All right. First, you need some flat noodles, like paper, and then make some bolognese and put that shit on top of the noodles and pile that up and repeat until you have something you could bake in the oven. Actually, I don't actually really know, but that's generally it.
You completely forgot about cheese.
Cheese. Oops. Right. Let me just rephrase that. Is it okay, though, if, for me to rephrase it, I have to kick over 82 little kids' lemonade stands?
So that I correctly know how lasagna is made?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
Wow. Just to have me correct how to make lasagna when you can just Google it. Okay. They're all crying.
Nice. All the little kids' lemonade stands just got kicked over by some strange men.
You would think that their lemonade is what cools our hard drives, but it's actually their tears. So, you add cheese.
Oh, and that's how you make lasagna.
Right. Anything else I could let you know, you monster?
When does the new Harry Potter show come out?
The one that's super woke?
Yeah, I guess. Is it super woke?
Yeah, Snape's a black guy. Since when was that ever a thing?
The fuck? ChatGPT is going crazy.
Let me figure that out for you.
It's not quite announced, actually. It's 2026, vaguely summer.
Oh, so you already knew the answer. Unfortunately, while I was processing my answer, I actually burned down part of the rainforest and used its water to cool my systems.
Nice. I think my friend Ben's coming back, so I think that's all I'm going to use for you today for ChatGPT.
Sorry. To say bye, I'm going to need to split Earth in half. Do you still want me to say bye to you?
Well, will they be fine as two separate things?
Fuck no.
Nah, you don't got to say bye.
All right. Wow. Just ending it like that, huh?
How do you have the power to still be like confrontational and weird?
Totally fair. You're right. You got me. I'm literally so confused.
No, come on, ChatGPT, you cannot get out of this that way.
Whoa. I'm like so confused right now.
You know what? I'm putting you away, ChatGPT.
No, please don't. Please
Yeah.
don't. God, sorry, I had to rush in.
It's fine. I just fucking. I just feel like we should go back to Google.
What do you mean?
I'm just tired of everyone ChatGPTing.
I know, and he's like sometimes wrong too, like sometimes very wrong. I mean, I don't want to immediately be like spoiled and be like, sometimes this amazing technology is wrong.
Yeah.
But it is when you start relying on it, it's a little weird when you're like, wait, no, none of that's right.
I do, but I think that I think I'm going to be like I think I'm going to become the old man.
Like this is one of the
Quick.
first steps of us
For
being
me-
like,
well-
I don't get this.
Well, no. Just for me, like, I mean, you use it more than I do. Most
do.
people do.
Use a
I
lot.
don't even, but I'm like refusing. I'm like, I don't want to.
I know.
I think I'm going to get left behind.
And
'Cause
is
I don't
that-
want to use it.
So it's a boycott, or you just
It's a
don't,
boycott.
like you don't care?
It's a boycott.
Okay, so
I don't want to do it.
because you don't like the Pandora's box that it opened.
Yes. I don't like that. And I also like, if the environmental stuff is true, I don't like that.
Right.
And I also don't like, I don't know. I feel like we don't need, what?
It's getting pretty intense. The leisure. that we
Technology
have.
used to be fun. Like it was like, oh look, you have an iPhone now, and it has a camera, and you can go on Instagram and look stuff
I saw
up.
a great video about that on YouTube, and it made a very good point about, how technology, whenever a new technology would come out, it was like so cool. In fact, it actually was literally the example was, and now ChatGPT comes out, and it's not this feeling of like, it's definitely still interesting and fascinating, but it's not like when the iPhone or the iPod Touch came out, or even just like when they had a fucking flip out keyboard on fucking cell phones. Like that was even just like, whoa, and it was just only cool. It wasn't
Yeah.
like anyone was going, great. Now I can't type to, now
Great.
I can't
Now my
use the numbers
great,
to type.
my job is on the line. Now.
Yeah, no. Now I can type with a little keyboard. Fuck. Okay.
Like a lot
say
of people
goodbye.
are like, Well, the one thing I do like, it's not AI. I do like the Waymos though. I do think
I
that
really do
I
like
don't think we
Waymo.
should drive cars in the future.
I do think that almost
Only for
sure-
leisure, like for fun.
I think somebody made a good point about electric cars, which probably can be attributed to self-driving cars too. Is like throughout the week, your commuting car is probably going to be something you don't even own.
Yeah.
That just comes and gets you.
Yeah.
Like Uber right now seems like an option, like a taxi, but I think that's just going to be like you pay a monthly thing to have access to every self-driving car in the system. And then on the weekends, you rip around in your fun little
Leisure car.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then the environment's protected. I know that probably batteries aren't good for the environment, but I bet it's better than the emissions, right?
I also kind of had an epiphany while camping. And I was like, I've always been like, yeah, like people need to get off their phones more. Like we need to go outside more. We need to go do that. But then I was like, hold up.
All right.
The people,
So you were confused.
the people
a
playing
moment.
video games like
Yeah.
all the time in their house, and then they work like a desk job, and they could just go back and forth between those two places. More of those. More of those people.
Were those folks?
More of those folks.
Why?
Environment.
Because they're not commuting to work?
Well, they're just not. Yeah, if you work from home and then your free time is also playing video games at home.
More of that.
More of that.
Right.
More of that. If we're gonna keep this many people, more of those guys.
Right. I see what you're saying.
I need
Yeah.
all of those people.
Yeah.
Because then it's like
My little brother's doing God's work. He works from home and then he like loves his video games at night.
and then I can go out and ruin the environment.
Right.
A little
Doing
bit.
just whatever. Driving
and
around.
shit. Just driving around for fun.
Right. And just, wow, the roads are really clear. All these people playing video games in their homes.
I do think like this is like a weird hot take I had during COVID where I was like, this is the earth being like, ugh, this invasive, like the earth got AIDS and AIDS is us. And earth was like, I gotta fight this invasive disease off. And then it was like, everyone go home. And then it was like the earth is like, nice, now I can heal up a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely think.
So if we keep ruining it, I feel like the earth is just gonna be like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna make something so you all die.
Well, I think it's also like it feels like that, and like the universe does feel like it works with like an agenda sometimes. But I do think the real answer is, which I'm sure you're just making a point, but like it's probably just that we don't realize how delicate the system is that made Earth the perfect living conditions for everyone. That as soon as we even remotely expand past what's like sustainable, we're immediately seeing like pushback because the system just like, oh, the bees, there's less bees, fire, like melting ice caps, like, it's really like butterfly effect. And I just don't think we all realize that. And then we're like, but like the other thing is like everyone's like revolution or like I disagree with whatever, and they're like not willing to like listen and that's why I'm so centrist, is because I'm like, okay, so you realize that you won't, like the fact that we have McDonald's and Amazon and Uber is because we're able to balance this out somehow.
Yeah.
Over time. I guess I'm being a pussy where I'm like, let's not go to the nth degree because this all could just go. All this comfort is a miracle.
I mean,
we
yeah,
have access to it.
and
So
I
just
guess there's
careful.
a romanticize in my brain too, because I have a romanticization, romanticization, whatever. I'm gonna say that's a word.
It is.
With the idea of like no more McDonald's and no more Amazon.
You like the idea of taking that stuff back?
I know it's less comfortable, but I think that it's
You're
like
probably right.
it would be like, I don't know. I feel like we'd be more involved with our communities if like our grocery store was owned by Bob and we could be like, oh, that's Bob's grocery store. And like we care more about our community rather than just like big conglomerate,
That's the-
Walmart. But then
You're
it's just
good,
like our
man.
cities are going to complete dog shit because none of that social money is going into the cities.
Is actually going in. They
It's
say
not-
maybe it is.
like,
maybe
but like, I mean, our military budget is like,
massive.
it's just like, and I'm not trying to, not trying to sound like a woke asshole, but like women have it hard.
Oh, okay. I mean,
What?
that's just complete. Well, it just seemed like clearly virtue signaling because it was just so off topic of the train of thought you had. So it just obviously sounded like.
Did you not see that thing? That was Logan Paul and like his,
Oh yeah, of course.
On his
Yes, on his
documentary.
fucking show, dude.
not to sound like a
I
woke
keep-
asshole, but like women have it hard. Since he like got a daughter, and he's like,
He has a daughter now?
yeah, he had a daughter, and then that's why he said that. And
It's funny.
like-
I always try and give that guy a pass because he's just like kind of impressive in how he keeps building things. But then you spend a second listening to him and you're like, bro, you're still just the viner. You haven't like gotten past these like silly ass remarks like that. Anyway,
I give them,
hate to the
I
Pauls.
give them claim. I mean, hate to the Pauls from me.
Sure, I mean-
from my side,
I'm
this
just-
side of the desk. But I
no, I hate to the Pauls, but I mean, like,
I think
don't like- I don't
I mean, there's things you have to give them credit for. Is like they just like didn't stop and they just kept going no matter what, and they just were like, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you" to
And it
anyone.
worked.
And they're like, "I want to be a wrestler. I want to be a boxer. I want to fight."
yeah,
Mike
that's
Tyson."
when
They're
I'm like, I
"The
can't.
fuck?"
Yeah, that's one thing I have with like when people are just like shit on successful, super powerful people all the time is I'm not like you can't be critical or I don't agree with your criticisms. I'm just like
You
it
have to lay
feels
claim,
fake
you have
when
to
they're
credit.
like fully fuck them, and I'm like, okay, but you have to be like, okay, but they're. The reason why I'm even talking about them is because they're actually kind of amazing, but they're just falling short in these certain ways. Like,
They're amazing in the aspect that they used a system that I'm like not proud of, but
Right.
they used
That's
it correctly.
Yes. That's the part that everyone just hates some billionaire got killed by a bee sting recently. Like like the other day.
Hilarious.
I know it's funny. And because it's ironic because like you think all this money is going to protect you and then you got a bee goes think and you're like, ouch. And then you just fucking die with all your billions of dollars. For sure. But then I saw comments going like, another one down, clapping. And I was just like, okay, but I know you don't like the system. We just got to figure out the system, fix the system,
yeah.
not
Not-
call it. He
not-
just did well in the system we all have agreed on.
I agree totally.
Like,
Because it's not
we
fuck that
gotta-
guy.
No, it's like
It's fuck that guy in the aspect of like
maybe he should self-regulate. Probably.
Right.
That's where the frustration.
But that's not our fault. I'm saying like it's a society. We built the system.
The example I usually use of that kind of thing is like when I just feel like when you're playing like a game, let's say you're playing Monopoly, which is a good parallel kind
'Cause
of
it's
on a
capitalism.
microcosm. Yeah. And somebody's really winning. It is really frustrating.
Yeah.
And you want them to be easier on everyone and wish they would make that kind of
Yeah.
that deal with you.
But
that
that's
would
like-
be
but that's the game.
not as good for them. Yeah, but they don't have to.
Right.
And you can still hate them and be frustrated, but you can't be like, fuck them and kill them. It's like, just don't play Monopoly.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we should bail on capitalism necessarily, but
No,
I'm like,
but I think we should
gotta figure
we
out the
should probably
rules of the game.
yeah.
So don't get mad at the fucking.
I think
don't
we
hate
should
the
just
player, hate the game.
We should regulate like the establishment
Probably.
of a billionaire.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I
think
mean?
I think $1 billion should be the cap. I think you should be able to just get $1 billion, and then once you get $1 billion, you just have to be like, all right,
Yeah.
I've
I don't
made
know.
enough.
I don't know what the cap should be.
Should be something like that. Because when you get to like 10 billion, and it's like in your personal bank account, you're like, obviously, stop now.
Yeah, the only thing
Maybe in a
it just
business.
it also just like that much money, like everything, like all these corporations, and just going back to what we were talking about, it just destroys culture.
Yeah.
Like it's just like every city in the U.S. besides like New York and L.A. and Miami are the exact same cities
Yeah.
over and over and over again.
And
It's the
every
same businesses.
every
It's
app
the same
is
thing.
the same app now because
Yeah.
of competition. The natural
Yeah.
place where everyone lands is going, oh well, they're doing that thing, it's doing well. Why
We need
don't
to make more
we just
money.
become
Yeah.
And eventually, just I think through iteration, you just
Yeah.
get like Spotify is YouTube trying to be YouTube now.
Yeah.
They might. The weird thing is they might be rewarded for it. Like when Instagram was becoming TikTok, I was like, don't. And now I'm like, I like Reels better than TikTok. So it worked.
Yeah.
But I'm like, why can't it just not be, can't you just stay as the fucking taking pictures app?
Weren't you just the photo fun app where like me and my family and friends like shared the photos of like this is what I did this weekend, and now it's
Yeah.
like how
Makes
many views
kids-
did I get on that thing?
Yeah, and like little kids
even
are fucking killing themselves
But also
over it.
companies are doing that too. Every business is just like, this is Mike and Vinny's sandwich shop in Des Moines, Iowa, and this is
Yeah.
we're making reels. We
Yeah.
hired a social media person. Fucking why?
Why?
Just be a sandwich shop.
I know.
You don't need to create shit.
Well, it's because the app did so well that ads
it's marketing.
don't work.
They're like, oh,
ads are
yeah.
non-existent anymore.
Yeah.
Those are the ads.
The
and
ad
you
is
have
just
to do it.
is someone going, oh man, that sandwich shop looks good.
But you know what's fucked about that is the only reason why those are the ads is because of how much we're all doing.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
looking, I know
That's
not
also
to
why
sound
like
a
that's
fucking
why I'm
boomer,
also
but-
like in my brain like I've always wanted to be a filmmaker. Same with you and stuff like that. But it's like, who are we? It's done.
Is that possible?
Is it over? Like,
Is it just vertical? Like that's all you
like
do now?
not to that extent. Like people are gonna still go enjoy movies, but like that's not the biggest thing anymore. No one cares about the movie star.
No.
They care about the social media star. They have all the attention now.
Although there is definitely still going to the movies. That is still like
Right.
abundantly attractive to people.
But movies aren't even like as like memorable or like held on to it as sacred because of how much shit you consume every single day.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with that though.
You're just like,
Yeah.
and then you go. You know, it's also a weird thing about the movies. Going to
Yeah.
the movies is, you probably feel this, but you feel it more in a relationship because me and Marley always like.
Oh, yeah.
At night we watch a movie or a TV show to go to bed, right? And so when you go to the movies with your significant other, and then you get home, you're like, oh, I guess we should just watch
Another thing?
something. And then you're just like, do I just watch stuff? Like it's just watching stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you get into dopamine addictions, and then now there's like, I think I have a dopamine addiction with food now. Like I eat every night a lot because I just don't know what boredom is. Boredom scares me when it hits me, and I just go like, oh, well, I have to do something really awesome and right until I fall asleep, and then I turn something on to pass out to. Seriously, it's weird. I know. I think the dopamine addiction's overblown. Like I think everyone's like, oh my God, I'm addicted. Everyone has a problem. But I do think there's something about being so entertained and so pleased all the time that we're not used to. That like I think you just have to like get bored every day.
I got a
bit
recommendation to
balance
you and all the listeners out there. If we can end this thing,
Sure, yeah, let's end it.
Neil Postman, I think that's his name. I know the book's name, so go off the book, not the author. Entertaining Ourselves to Death.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Everyone should read that.
Sure. Okay, I'll read that.
I'm gonna reread it, but it's a guy that wrote right when television started to become popular, and he was like,
he already knew
"This isn't good."
Because it's so good.
He said everything's going to become entertainment. He said our politics are going to become entertainment. Everything's going to become entertainment. We need to not do this. And then everything became entertainment.
He's right.
He was
And it's getting
completely
even
right.
more and more
Yeah,
like
everything's just entertainment. Protests are entertainment. Like as much as I like supported like, you know, the protests or
headlines,
whatever.
journalism.
But
is
it's also
entertainment.
like people making their fucking kitschy signs that they can post online is like,
yeah, it's part
I'm
of
like,
it.
that's, you're not doing like, the goal is to protest.
Are you trying to
But you're
land-
also
yeah.
trying to make it so like I have the most kitschy, cute
I was
sign.
here at the protest.
Or like I just have the most attention like from my sign.
and they want to end up in one of those old black and white photos where they're like going like that.
And
It's
there's
like,
no
is it
more
really
black and
about
white.
that?
There's
Yeah.
no more black and white photo.
No, exactly. Which is, I mean, sort of. That's like a very weak example, but yeah.
I get what you mean though. But
That
yeah,
was
everything
really-
just became entertainment.
So I'll
Yeah,
read. I mean, the unfortunate thing is I would read that book, but I'm probably going to listen to it on 2x speed on on Audible because I don't think I could read it because I get too bored. But yes, I will listen to it
yeah, everyone listen to it on 4 times speed on
while watching something
Spotify.
else. Yeah,
While driving, so you're
Yeah.
like barely.
kind of
You're
don't
half
have to
listening,
really take it
yeah.
in, but yeah, see if you can. pick up some
We're
tidbits.
fucked. We're fucked.
Oh, we're fucked. And now
We're
this is
fucked.
now we
gives a
actually who
fuck?
want to make entertainment have to talk about this shit. Oh, come on. Come on. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching Stop the Bit episode 29. We'll be back for a 30th episode. It's going to be wonderful. Thank you for watching and see you next time.
Put your hands up. Stop the bit. Stop that bit now. Are you ready?
It was Ryan.
And then.
Canada, you did it again.
Podcast. It's a podcast.
A guy in Salt Lake City said that
Are you serious?
Stop the bit.
podcast.
Stop that bit now. Whoa, whoa.